AGNC Investment Corp. operates as a real estate investment trust, REIT, in the United States. The company invests in residential mortgage pass-through securities and collateralized mortgage obligations for which the principal and interest payments are guaranteed by the United States government-sponsored enterprise or by the United States government agency. It funds its investments primarily through collateralized borrowings structured as repurchase agreements. The company has elected to be taxed as a REIT under the Internal Revenue Code of 1986 and would not be subject to federal corporate income taxes if it distributes at least 90% of its taxable income to its stockholders. AGNC has a 11.70% dividend yield. The dividend is paid on a monthly basis.
ARMOR Residential REIT Incorporated is a real estate investment trust. The company and its subsidiaries are managed by ARMOR Capital Management LP, an investment advisor. It invests exclusively in residential mortgage-backed securities issued or guaranteed by a United States government-sponsored entity, such as the Federal National Mortgage Association, the Federal Home Loan Mortgage Corporation, or guaranteed by the Government National Mortgage Administration, agency securities. Its agency securities consist primarily of fixed-rate loans. The remaining are either backed by hybrid adjustable-rate or adjustable-rate loans. From time to time, it may also invest in interest-only securities, United States Treasury securities, and money market instruments. The company seeks to create shareholder value through investment and risk management, which produces current yield and superior risk-adjusted returns over the long term. The company brings private capital into the mortgage markets. Dividend yield is 16.64%. The dividend is paid on a monthly basis. Icon Enterprises LP is a diversified holding company which owns subsidiaries engaged in the operating businesses such as investment, energy, automotive, food packaging, real estate, home fashion, and pharma. Its investment segment is comprised of various private investment funds. It conducts its energy segment through its subsidiary, CVR Energy Incorporated, CVR Energy. It conducts its automotive segment through its wholly owned subsidiary, Icon Automotive Group LLC, Icon Automotive. It conducts its food packaging segment through its subsidiary, Viscase Companies Incorporated, Viscase. Its real estate segment consists primarily of investment properties, the development and sale of single-family homes, and the management of a country club. It conducts its home fashion segment through its wholly owned subsidiary, West Point Home LLC, WPH. It conducts its pharma segment through its wholly owned subsidiary, Vivus LLC, Vivus. Dividend yield is 15.48%. The dividend is paid quarterly.
NYMT New York Mortgage Trust Inc. acquires, invests in, finances, and manages mortgage-related single-family and multifamily residential assets in the United States. Its targeted investments include residential loans, second mortgages, and business purpose loans, structured multifamily property investments, such as preferred equity in, and mezzanine loans to owners of multifamily properties, as well as joint venture equity investments in multifamily properties, non-agency residential mortgage-backed securities RMBS, agency RMBS, commercial mortgage-backed securities CMBS, and other mortgage, residential housing, and credit-related assets. Dividend yield is 13.89%. The dividend is paid quarterly. PBR Petróleo Brasileiro Petrobras SA ADR explores for, produces, and sells oil and gas in Brazil and internationally. The company operates through exploration and production, refining, transportation and marketing, gas and power, and corporate and other businesses segments. It engages in prospecting, drilling, refining, processing, trading, and transporting crude oil from producing onshore and offshore oil fields, and shale or other rocks, as well as oil products, natural gas, and other liquid hydrocarbons. PBR has a huge 40.97% dividend yield. This data is from August 12, 2022. The fund will invest at least 80% of its total assets in the securities of the underlying index. The CBOE Nasdaq 100 Registered Buy Right Index is a benchmark index that measures the performance of a theoretical portfolio that holds a portfolio of the stocks included in the Nasdaq 100 Registered Index, and writes, or sells, a succession of 1 month at the money Nasdaq 100 Registered Index covered call options. It is non-diversified. Dividend yield is 12.58%. The dividend is on monthly basis. SDIV Global X Super Dividend ETF invests at least 80% of its total assets in the securities of the underlying index and in American Depository Receipts ADRs and Global Depository Receipts GDRs based on the securities in the underlying index. The underlying index tracks the performance of 100 equally weighted companies that rank among the highest dividend-yielding equity securities in the world, including emerging market countries. SDIV has a 13.17% dividend yield. The dividend is paid on a monthly basis.